G'day folks, Chris from Bicycle Colorado here. Thanks again for tuning in, and as always a massive shout out to our members and supporters during this time. You're all a bunch of legends, we couldn't do it without you. And if you're not a member with us, head over to bicyclecolorado.org, sign up, instant legend status. Today we're going to be talking about locks. Stop the clocks, we're talking locks. I'm going to be showing you some of the different type of bike locks that are out on the market, and also how we can best lock up our bikes safely. Let's begin. Okie doke. Lock number one. This is our cable lock. This is something that's very common out there because it's a lightweight, portable, easy to use lock. Something like this you can easily throw into a backpack, take around from place to place and lock up your bike. So something like this, high on convenience, but perhaps low on protection. This cable lock is easily cuttable by a potential bike thief, and perhaps not the most high secure option we have out on the market. Lock number two. This is our ULock. Okay, so here we have this big steel shackle here in a U shape. Okay, this comes apart like so, and then inside we place whatever bike parts we can fit to then lock securely back up. Something like this is next level protection. Okay, it is a hard steel shackle compared to a cable, but it's also something that's perhaps a little bit more inconvenient to lug around because it's a rigid fixed shape, and it's also a little bit heavier too. One factor in using a lock like this is you're only going to be able to fit as much bike as you can in this middle space here. So what a lot of people like to do is bring along an extra cable with them to perhaps loop some more parts of their bike up they can lock up securely. So this is our ULock. Lastly, I want to thank Mr. T for supplying this one today for me to show you all. This is our chain lock. So here we have very heavy duty steel links enclosed within this outer cloth casing. So something like this is very heavy, but also provides excellent protection. So if our cable lock is one end of the spectrum there with perhaps high convenience but low security, this is the other end of that spectrum. This is high security, but perhaps not the most convenient for day-to-day use because it is quite heavy. Okay, so we've gone through the types of locks. Now let's talk about how we lock our bike securely. So the best thing you want to do is find a secure object to lock your bike to. So ideally, that's going to be a bike rack. And if it's not a bike rack, you have to find the next best thing. Secondly, you want to think about not blocking any pathways when you lock your bike up. So whether it's a sidewalk or whatever it might be, you want to make sure that that stays nice and clear and your bike's to one side. So on our bike, we obviously always can't lock up everything. So what are the most important parts we should lock up? So we advocate three main parts in order of a descending hierarchy. Our frame is the most important, so we want to lock that up first if we have the option. Secondly, our rear wheel. Okay, that contains our sprockets and our chains, sometimes our derailleurs, things like that. So we want to lock that up too. Lastly, our front wheel is perhaps the cheapest object. So if we can't get that front wheel and it does go missing, it's perhaps not as big a loss compared to that rear wheel and frame. Ideally, you want to lock up everything. If you can't, think about that frame and then maybe the rear wheel too. Thanks very much for tuning in. Super appreciate your support during this time. Stay safe, happy cycling. See you next time.